Greetings, this is Starry with the Mystical Occult Society, and today I wanted to discuss the astral plane. Now, if you follow me on YouTube, the Mystical Occult Society, the majority of my videos are discussing the astral plane. Why do I discuss the astral plane, may you ask? I discuss it a lot because when you start to get into the occult sciences, the backdrop or the basic is the astral plane. Where the work is performed is the astral plane. So what is the astral plane? The astral plane is an unforeseen realm that you can't see until you go into the sleep realm or meditation. So astral entities and things of that sort, there are continuously around us. It's a rendition of the physical plane because it starts in the astral plane before it starts in the physical plane. Now you may ask the difference between the astral plane and the astral realm. Now, the astral plane is the actual plane, right? The astral realm is different realms inside of this plane. So there's different levels inside of the astral plane. So there's the higher level, there's the mid level, and there's the lower level. So to start off with the higher level is the angelic beings. It's the beauty of your subconscious mind, the beautiful thoughts. You will see some of your loved ones. You will get messages to take back on your journey on the physical plane. That is, it's the heaven plane. That's the higher aspect, the higher realm in the astral plane. Then you got the mid plane. The mid plane is somewhat between the higher plane and the lower plane. So with the mid plane, like, you might go and visit angelic beings. You might be at a beautiful landscape, a beautiful beach. The whole thing is just beautiful. Then all of a sudden, you might just get, who knows, like some vampires or monsters or something just happen to come in. But a lot of times with the mid plane it's based on, the astral plane is really based on thoughts, billions and billions and billions of thoughts across the globe. So with the astral plane, in the mid realm, you might have some traumatic thought forms that kind of creep in after you have like a beautiful time in the mid realm. So it's like a cross between the higher realm and the lower realm. Now the lower astral plane, we can go on for hours about that one. The lower astral plane is basically where we are on a physical plane. All this madness, all this crime, all this diabolical shit, this is the lower astral plane. And the lower astral plane are the lower entities. Those are the horror movies you see. Those are the demonic shit, the suicide, the depression, the horror. Like that is the lower astral realm. And typically the thought forms that you have that are basically diabolical are sent out to the lower astral realm, and it creates these entities that can attack you once you go in. So I have a book to go in on thought forms. I have a book called it's actually called Thought Forms, and it's by C.W. Ledbetter and Annie Besant. So I want to read basically an excerpt in this video about thought forms. If the consciousness of the man be to an extent awakened, he may perceive this and cry out that he is being tempted by the devil. Yet the truth is that the temptation is from without only an appearance, since it is nothing but the natural reaction upon him of his own thought forms. Each man travels through space enclosed within a cage of his own building, surrounded by a mass of the forms created by his habitual thoughts. Through this medium, he looks out upon the world, and naturally he sees everything tinged with its predominant colors and all rates of vibration, which reach him from without, are more or less modified by its rate. If the thought form be neither definitely personal nor especially aimed at someone else, it simply floats detached in the atmosphere, all the time radiating vibrations similar to those originally sent forth by its creator. So basically what this book is, this is called Thought Forms. It's basically tell you how entities and stuff are created and how they are sent to the astral plane. And it actually has There's actually a page in here where it talks about how thought forms with emotion have color to them. So you had, because this book was made in 1905, and so you have these thought forms and they have different colors. So you have anger, which is red. You have high spirituality, which is purple. So if you guys can see that, you see, so the thought forms are arranged with color. And basically with that, that's how a lot of these entities and stuff are manifest, through these thought forms that are sent. See, this is the thing. Each day you get up, use a positive thought. You always just got to think positive about everything, you know, because once you send that negative thought out there, that negative thought, you can be haunted by your own thoughts. So you created, basically what happened is you created your hell. You created your hell in the astral plane, in the lower astral plane. So you have to be very mindful of these things. You have to be very mindful of your thoughts, because they can create these entities and these monsters in the astral plane. You know, like I'm here in the park right now. So I guess it's people's thoughts.